Hey everyone, we are making pork breakfast sausages today and crispy potato pancakes and feisty green sauce, and it's going to be amazing. So I hope you join us. I'm going to have a co-chef today. My daughter Alexa will be joining us. She's going to make the crispy potato pancakes while I make the pork sausages, which is one of her favorite things. So we're going to just get going here in a second. I would love to hear, what have you guys eaten so far today? Have you had, what's your most favorite thing you've eaten this week? I want to know. Hey Lisa. Okay, so hey Marta, nice to see you. So everybody, I want to know what's the yummy thing you ate this week. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my feisty green sauce, okay? So I'm going to use Kewpie mayo because the ingredients in Kewpie mayo are just a little bit better and it's super yummy. So I'm going to be making this feisty green sauce. Alexa, I'm just going to do this over on the side.
My potatoes.
Alexa is going to shred her potatoes. She's making long skinny matchsticks with the mandolin. Okay, so here we go. I don't think I even have a half a cup of Kewpie mayo, so we will be making, well, we'll just make the amount that's in this, I think, right? That works for me. We'll just use the last of this bottle. I'll let it stand on its end and get some more out of there. So that's about a quarter cup of mayo. So I'm gonna go in with a half a teaspoon or half a tablespoon of my feisty green, which will basically just be a big old rounded teaspoon will be a half a tablespoon, okay? And now we need a little splash of water. Hello, Mariah Wilson, niece of mine.
Hello, cousin of mine. I'm putting in roasted garlic. This is my potato mixture.
So this is the roasted garlic aioli. You can make a mayonnaise with it, but really it's just a roasted garlic flavoring. Yeah. Anytime you want the flavor of roasted garlic, you don't have roast garlic for an hour. You just use roasted garlic and SPG. Gotta have SPG. And now I need a lime for my feisty green. I have found an exceedingly terrifying lime, so let's use that. Okay, so Lex, you're just putting your stuff into your steamer. I want to know who's got a steamer, who's used a steamer, who's in love with a steamer. Hey Donna, nice to see you. So the steamer here is getting put to use. We are using the multi-purpose steamer. Whoopsie, machines are back. She's just gonna go close the windows because the machines are, oh, ha! I just put all my lime juice in my pork sausage. So, you know, good, we've changed the recipe today. So let me get the rest of my lime juice and put it where it's supposed to go. So I needed about a squirt of lime juice right into my feisty green sauce. There we go. So basically, if you need to boil anything and you are forgetful, you need a steamer. So I have to show you, I've talked before about why I should never own regular cooktop, and I proved that once again this last week when I basically burned my bottle of Tuscan. Is it still here somewhere?
I had to stab the seasoning out of it.
Oh, so, you know, I'm used to an induction cooktop. This new house doesn't have one, and I haven't renovated my kitchen and changed out my stove yet. So, ooh, let's show them your beautiful thing. So when she's finishing that up, okay, so, got all distracted. Anyway, I was cooking. I'm used to an induction where the heat turns off pretty much instantly, and I had finished cooking on my regular cooktop, set my jar of Tuscan right down on the burner, and the whole bottom of the Tuscan was burned black.
We can keep the jar though.
Yeah. So in the steamer, Alexa has got a julienne. Let's show them what you've got. She's got a julienne potato. So we did these on the mandolin. This was 2 tiny little potatoes. And now she's just gonna steam them for 1 minute, and that will soften them up, and then they're gonna cook so much faster in the frying pan, it saves us time. I've got my feisty green sauce made, so I just happen to do that with Kewpie mayo. I'm just waiting for the last of the mayo to come out of the jar. There we go, beautiful. And then feisty green and lime juice. We're basically making breakfast for dinner. Okay,
I'm
so
taking my garlic butter.
she made garlic butter last week. She uses SPG and fresh garlic and what did you put in there? I think smoked paprika.
Oh yeah, paprika.
She puts all sorts of yummy things. Okay, now the key epicure ingredient for my pork sausage is chili flakes and garlic. Okay, so I'm going in with a teaspoon of chili flakes and garlic. You can see it's got all of these delicious things that aren't just chili flakes. See, look at all that seasoning. And I'm going into 2 pounds of pork. It looks like way more than 2 pounds of pork, but you know, we'll find out. If it's more, then we cook more. So I've got a pork chub, and then I've got, was that maybe a 10-pound chub? No, I'm sure it was a 5-pound chub. I don't know. Anyway, we've got approximately 2 pounds of pork, and then we're adding in just a pinch of cloves. Cloves don't need much. If you add too much cloves, you're gonna kill your dish. So just a little pinch of cloves. Now the other thing we need in there is marjoram. Okay, we don't need much. We only need a 1/4 teaspoon of marjoram. Okay, there we go. Let's get this marjoram opened. I didn't have these ingredients come with me from my old house because I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna be making pork sausage again because I was leaving my kids in BC. So I didn't bring the ingredients. So she was so excited when she found out that I was buying all the ingredients that I was going to make her the sausage, because I had to buy non-epicure. So the non-epicure you're going to need is cloves, marjoram, and sage. So then I have some ground sage. I have 2 teaspoons of ground sage. And I don't want to put this all in one spot, so I'm going to sprinkle this around. And because the sage is so strong, I'm not even going to put the rest of it in yet. I'm going to start working this into my meat, and she's going to sprinkle the rest in. So, you know, you could do this without your hands, but it's way more effort. So if you could sprinkle in that remaining 1/2 teaspoon on that side. So she's going to throw in the 1/2 teaspoon of sage. Oops, and some on my finger. Okay, and then 1 more teaspoon. Oh. So here we go. And you know what? The best part about the homemade sausage is there's no gristle in your teeth. You know when you're like eating a piece of sausage, just like, anybody ever do that? Yeah. So that's not going to happen with this one because you're picking your own delicious ground pork, and this stuff is amazing. Now, she thinks about it often. That's so great. So now what we need, and what I should have done in advance and didn't, was grind my salt and pepper. So that was a fail. Hang on just a moment.
Let me do that.
Okay, she's going to grind salt and pepper. What we need a lot. So we need she needs a teaspoon of pepper. Normally I would have just thrown it in my magic bullet and ground that much, but she's gonna muscle grind us a teaspoon of pepper.
I don't think I am though.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So this is why when you need this amount, we need 2 teaspoons of herbed garlic salt as well. So I'm actually just going to blitz that in the blender while she talks to you about her potatoes.
Oh, there's a microwave. For 2 minutes.
So that was 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. So let them see. So let them see what they look like.
They are now soft-ish. Not really that soft, but let's try.
Yeah, we didn't want to cook them all the way through.
They're still a little bit crunchy, but they're edible.
Okay, so that was 2 minutes, 2 tiny potatoes after being mandolined. So I'm going to take some of our black pepper, taking about a 1/2 teaspoon, throwing it in my magic bullet. Well, not my magic bullet, it's a Ninja. Not going to advertise the wrong brand. I love my Ninja.
I'm putting my potatoes in.
Okay, she's putting in her potatoes. So she's just basically putting them in her magical herbed butter. We've got 2 teaspoons of the herbed garlic salt, because the herbed garlic salt gives a totally different flavor than plain salt. So for me, it's worth it to grind up this salt to get the best flavor. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and Alexa will give you guys a little rundown on whatever she's going to tell you about for a second while I make a bunch of noise. I guess she can't tell you
I
anything.
don't have much to say, but...
So, well, while I make a bunch of noise, I want to hear what's the last thing you cooked in your steamer if you have one, and if you don't have one, I want to know what's the last thing you cooked for dinner. And then I'm going to go make a little noise, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's ground up, and now there's somebody at my door. I'll be right back.
And I am mixing my potatoes for no reason.
Oh, you guys got the horse?
I'm going to mix in this stuff. She's out there talking to someone. And the peppercorns are not very ground up. That's unfortunate. I'm removing the big peppercorns because I don't want to bite into a rock hard piece of death.
Okay. Oh, perfect. So you can start with the picture. I was going to go too wide down the middle. Oh, yeah. We'll put it like 8 or 4.
And I'm going to leave this to her because I don't want to put my hands in meat.
Yeah.
So,
That's exactly what we
I'm just waiting for her to mix it with her babies. I just put my potatoes evenly on the pan. The peppercorns didn't fully grind, so there's like 2 that I pulled out. But if you want to hand mix them,
There might be some chunks of pepper when we eat this. Chicken tenders, carrots and broccoli. Oh, cooked in your steamer, love it. I have got a bunch of work going on my property. If you're not following my personal stories and you love landscaping and gardening and redesign of a property, we were having so many water issues that I had to do a massive water mitigation project, which created beautiful gardening projects. Corn on the cob, yes, that is the best thing to cook in your steamer. You guys, if you haven't done corn on the cob yet, it's a must. Can you get my pan going? So she's gonna get my pan going. So we, not really, because there's enough oil in the sausage. So here we go. We've got half of this. We're gonna throw this in some, put it away. We don't need all of this. We're gonna throw it in some jars and pack it in the freezer. But what we're gonna do is we'll just keep out enough for us to eat this week. We'll of course cook some for our dinner. Oh, I'd love some jars. So I'm just gonna make a patty. Now, of course, I'm not stuffing these because that's a lot of work and I don't care. I just want the flavor. Yes, carrots in the steamer. What a great idea. Barbecue chicken and rib. Oh, and crispy crunchy. Oh my word. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do. I'm making like basically little rounds because we're gonna make our own little breakfast sausages. Oh, she wants it thinner.
I remember. The
Okay,
whole finger
is my
process.
thing's on? Okay, it's on. I'm just gonna stand here with dirty hands and talk to you. So recap what we put in here. We did a teaspoon of chili flakes and garlic, and it has all that other stuff that's not just chilies and garlic. We did a 1/4 teaspoon to 1/2 teaspoon of marjoram, 2 teaspoons of ground sage, 2 teaspoons of urban garlic, salt ground up, a teaspoon of pepper, okay? And there we go. We have this beautiful sausage ready to roll. She's got our crispy hash browns frying, and we're just gonna get this cooked, but I don't think my pan is hot yet. No, it's not, but it's not gonna get hot as I pick it off the burner either. But have you seen this beauty? This is the new saute pan. Can you crank that up quite a bit more? It's quite low. Because well, yeah, but it's a non-induction, so it takes forever to heat up. So this is the new saute pan. I'm in love. It's induction friendly. Like it holds everything. It's gotta be one of my new favorite things. Selfie with my new favorite thing. Here we go, put that back on so it can get hot. And when you're using both sides, you have to bake it on the wide.
Oh.
So there we go. Yes, get your new saute pan. So the other things we've got going on here is we've got feisty green. I just touched that, but I can't touch it because I got meaty hands. So this is feisty green sauce made with Kewpie mayo because that's what we had here because it's got less inflammatory oils in it. We got our Kewpie mayo at, surprise, surprise, Costco. Kewpie mayo, lime juice, water.
Kewpie mayo makes a big difference.
Yeah, so she loves the feisty green now. So you can of course top, this is breakfast for dinner. We're gonna have our crispy potato pancakes on the bottom. We're gonna have our fried sausages, and then we're gonna have an egg, and we're gonna drizzle the whole thing with feisty green. And that's our dinner. Let me see if my pan is hot.
Potatoes aren't really pattying, but
Our pan is not hot still. This is the other reason I should not have non-induction, because it's annoying as shit when it takes so long. That's why everybody should have induction. So, here I am, just gonna stand out and hold my meat for a while. I wish I could scroll back and see whatever you guys had. Steamers on the drying mat. Oh, did you see the drying mat?
Wait, what?
If you saw steamers on our drying mat, then you saw a lot of mess in my kitchen. How did you see those? I'm so confused, but yes, there are totally steamers on my drying mat, as always. Yeah, Alexa and I are both so confused. Oh, and my Epic box is behind me. So many delicious things if you haven't hooked yourself up with an Epic box yet. My meat is finally sizzling. You don't want to put your meat on a pan. If it doesn't sizzle when you put it in, take it off. It is not ready to go on the pan if it doesn't sizzle when it hits, because you're basically warming it and not frying it. Well, you know what? I don't really like bags, Marta, so that's the main reason I store everything in jars, is I keep like my old mason jars. Yeah, my fridge is 99% jars. Come show her the assortment of.
This is what our options are. It's sometimes a struggle, but we make it work.
Oh.
Everything goes in here.
Yeah. So that's hilarious, Mary. I thought the steamers were on my drying mat because they totally are. Okay. So because it's not a liquid, like look at how much I can basically get both of our easily stuff into a jar, the amount that would be for both of us for breakfast, and then we could just grab one little jar. Now I want to leave a little headspace at the top. And the nice thing is, look, it's not going to freezer burn because it's packed in tight. A little headspace at the top will allow it to expand without breaking the jar, and I don't usually put the lid on until after it's frozen, and then I pop the lid on it. So that's pretty much how I freeze everything. Right in a jar, pop the lid on, and it's just like an empty jar that came from something. So this one's a little bit bigger. We will stuff this one next. So I don't even know, oh, this was roasted red peppers at one point. So this is when we've got company here for dinner and we need a bigger portion, or we're gonna have it twice this week. There we go. So we'll find the lid for that.
Hey, look, a big lid works.
Here you go, random Bix lid works. Okay, so we wanna make sure we leave our headspace. Boom,
Yay.
boom, boom. We have another one packed away for the freezer. We need one more jar, just something small because we don't have very much left. So right now, you've got to make sure you're checking out the last call section of the website. The square steamer is there. It's pretty flexible, the square steamer. So think about that. I much prefer and highly recommend the rectangular, the rectangular, the round, and the multi-purpose. But if you are looking for a small steamer, yeah, like look at, this is how fancy I am. I am extrememely bougie.
But the lid is a Parmesan lid.
And then I have a Parmesan lid that fits. This is how fancy I am. So, stuff your jar, cut down on your freezer burn. This is of course a plastic jar, just reusing what I've got in the house. And then I don't have to buy plastics, and I have even less freezer burn. So there we go. That's done. I gotta go wash this up. How's your potatoes coming?
Good. Yummy. Ah. Need some salt.
Okay, there we go. Oopsie. Cloth is shoved in the drawer. See, I need to rearrange this kitchen because this gap between these two things is not the proper width. It's about almost a foot narrower than what the standard width would be for this space.
Okay,
So my things are frying up. We have a spatula somewhere.
Yeah, oh, they're in the drawer, so I already took some out.
Look at that. She did the dishwasher and put everything away in the drawer. Everybody needs one of these. Everybody needs an Alexa. Ha ha ha. Oh, I'm so funny.
You named me, so.
Yeah, I had the name first. There we go. Our patties are frying up. You hear that sizzle? That's what you want to hear when your meat hits the pan. And right now, there is an amazing little grill pan available in the last call section. It's at a great deal, and my patties would have those beautiful little grill marks on them if I had that pan. And I don't have it yet because it just popped onto the last call. So go get yourself one of those grill pans if you want to have cool grill marks on your sausage. This is almost done. Let me just get some potato off the counter and we will get this rolling here. We're going to cook the eggs after we're done with you guys, you know, because you all know how to cook an egg. I'm sure you know how to cook all the things. We're just putting a different combination of things together for you. So we've got our crispy potato pancakes.
That aren't pancakes.
Yeah, this is crispy potato shreds. I might make mine as a pancake. She's gonna have hers as shreds. So there you go. We'll have both combinations.
Try the shred stuff.
Yes, grill pan right now in Canada. Oh!
Yeah.
Oh my God, make me a whole bunch of those.
Yeah, see?
I don't know what she did. I hope you guys were paying attention because this is ridiculous. She'll have to come give you an update. I'm eating all of these. Yeah, I mean, shoot, that's delicious. Oh my gosh. Yes, that one's only in Canada. But you US people, you've got mango curry, Thai stir fry, and curry. I am so jealous. Oh, and tuna casserole. So those things are freaking amazing. Make sure you get some of that because all of the Canadians are so jealous. Okay, and the reason that there's different lists in both countries because they're basically cleaning out what happened to be in the warehouse and you guys had those left here, but Canada already cleaned out all of those from our warehouse because we know how good they are, so we don't have them. Okay, let's get these patties up. So here we go. We have got some beautiful crispy sausage, some breakfast sausage, some crispy
Potatoes.
yeah, some crispy shredded potatoes. We're going to put on some feisty green sauce and some eggs. And we're going to get this plated up and we'll drop a photo in the comments. So I want to thank you so much for joining us. Come and tell us again what you put on these delicious potatoes.
SPG, garlic aioli, but the garlic butter with SPG in it makes it extra, and her garlic.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's
going to
it.
be amazing, guys. So we will get this plated up and drop a photo of it. I hope you enjoyed this. Got to go make all these things. Get your chili flakes and garlic, your feisty green, your roasted garlic. We used a lot of garlic today because why wouldn't you? Bye, everyone.